We're very bad at predicting exactly what's going to make us happy. Now, unexamined, you may think that's quite, you might want to start arguing with me, and that's understandable. But let's try an experiment. Just close your eyes for a minute while I lead you through something. So imagine you just woken up and you see your partner across the room dancing almost uncontrollably. You think they've probably taken leave of their senses. They almost first sound like they're babbling and not making any sense. And as you become more awake, you suddenly realize what they're trying to tell you. That lottery ticket you bought is now worth over $100 million. Now imagine how you're going to feel at that moment. Imagine how you're going to feel in a year. Are you happy, ecstatic, joyful? Now take a moment to think about, imagine a different scenario. In this scenario, you wake up and you start to realize you're in a hospital bed. You can't really remember how you got there. And as you awake, you notice pain all over your body, except one area below the waist. You can't feel anything. As you start to panic, a nurse comes in the room and says to you, "I'm so sorry, but you've lost the use of your legs and you're likely to spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair." How do you feel hearing that? It's pretty grim. How do you think you'll feel a year from now? Now compare these two, the lottery winner self and the wheelchair self. Which one do you think is happier after a year? I mean, if you're honest with yourself, right? It's the money. It's having all that money. I'm way happier with all that money than sitting in a wheelchair unable to walk. It just makes intuitive sense. But in 1978, they actually did a study comparing a group of lottery winners with a group of paraplegics. And of course, initially, the paraplegics were way less happy upon discovering their situation compared to the lottery winners, who were initially ecstatic. I mean, who wouldn't be? But after only a year, these two groups in their average measured happiness were very similar. There was really no measurable difference. This is just one of many kinds of experiments that have been done over the years that show our ability to predict how happy something's going to make us or not make us is pretty flawed. So this is the first important thing to understand when we talk about the looking for happiness conundrum. The happiness, though we seek it in circumstances or in acquiring possessions, we're very bad at predicting what kinds of circumstances and what kind of possessions will have what kind of an effect on our happiness.